to A Well-Designed Business. My name is LuAnn, and I'm so glad you found this podcast. Together with my husband Vince and our partner Bill, we have grown our company WindowWorks from the ground up. So I know and I understand the challenges you face in running your interior design business. I also know that your talent alone isn't enough to ensure your success. So on this podcast, we talk about strategies and practical steps to help you grow your business. But make no mistake about it, we have our share of fun here too, mixed in with those aha moments that I love so much. This isn't fluff. Nobody has time for that. Whether you are a new interior designer or a seasoned designer, I am here to help you create and to manage the kind of interior design firm that you dream of. It's straight talk and it's action. Are you ready? Let's get started. Hi, welcome to another episode of A Well-Designed Business. It's Power Talk Friday, and this isn't just your regular garden variety Power Talk Friday. This is a special Power Talk Friday because I am announcing to you the Power Talk Friday tour is here. This tour for the particular first stop in Las Vegas is sponsored by McDonough Studio, the IWCE, which is the International Window Covering Expo, and Revel Woods. First stop, Las Vegas, Saturday, July 28th, 2018. You have imagined a better business for yourself. Now it's time to design and build it. Do you sometimes feel overwhelmed, like you have 15 gazillion ideas running through your head on how to improve your business? I have to say, I absolutely know that you are not alone. I have heard from many of you when I meet with you in person or when I've had the luxury and the benefit and the joy of coaching with you on either one-on-one or in a mastermind, that as much as you love the podcast itself can sometimes be this feeling of panic, the thing that creates this sense of panic. That running your own business is crazy. And then you come to the podcast for help, which you get, but then you find yourself with notebook pages full of everything that you should be doing with your business. Does this sound familiar, right? New ideas every week, yes. But without someone to help you prioritize and execute these ideas, it can get pretty daunting. Am I hitting a chord here? Are you feeling me? Well, I hear you. I know that this is happening, and it is exactly this that has inspired me to do a couple of things. And the first thing I'm going to tell you about is the Power Talk Friday tour. I'm inviting you to spend a day with me and 4 selected experts from the Power Talk Friday shows. Just as you gather your team of vendors, I'm gathering my team of business experts to deliver the very best to you. And I would say to you that as long as you have the genuine desire to do the work, I promise we will help you figure out the plan that is best for you at this time in your business, whatever it looks like now. You might be in business 6 months or 6 years or 36 years. This event is specifically designed to be small, intimate, and personal. I want to inspire you to believe in yourself and in your business. And I want to give you the tools to make it possible for you to do these things. If you are interested in working hard and in working smart, then I'm interested in working alongside you. For the Power Talk Friday Tour Las Vegas, you will get the opportunity to spend time with my husband, Vince, who is the guru of all things numbers and profitability, Sarah Danielli, the CEO of McDonough Studio, who is the systems guru for interior designers, Nancy Ganskaufer, who is the most passionate business coach for creative entrepreneurs you ever wanted to meet, who helps you close more sales and make more money, and Mark McDonough, the founder of the Tastefully Inspired blog and PR firm, who is my resident guru for all things marketing. This is going to be a jam-packed day, guaranteed to energize you, designed to make you think, and it has the single-minded goal to help and compel you to take action. After a morning of presentations and lessons from each of the Power Talk Friday experts, we are going to break out into small groups. Each of us coaches will split up at a separate table. You will be divided among each of us. You will be in a group of no more than 6 total. Okay. We will spend 25 minutes individually with you you can ask specific questions. You can ask for clarification on things that were covered in the morning. Then we're going to switch. The coaches will each switch tables, and then you will have the opportunity to do the same thing again with the next coach until you've had the chance with all 5 of us. This is a very powerful opportunity for real conversation, for access to real-time advice, and for a chance for you to also interact with your peers in a close setting, creating relationships of merit and quality. The small breakout groups are included specifically so I'm certain that we can have an impact on your business. I want to be sure that we end this day with every single person who decides to be with us for this to have one transformational idea as well as the specific roadmap to leave this event and get started on it. All right. Then here's the really fun part. After working so hard all day from 8 o'clock in the morning, I'll give you some lunch. It's going to be a quick one though, because it's too much to do. But after all this, we're going to take a short break. You can go back to your hotel. You can grab a shower, rest a little bit, reconnect with your people back in whatever city you come from. And then we're all going to gather together at a private dinner at a very beautiful restaurant in Las Vegas. We're going to spend time relaxing, enjoying the day that we just had and reflecting on it. We're going to share ideas. We're going to brainstorm. You're going to get the chance to get some more clarity that's specific to you and your challenges. Okay. And the icing on the cake, we have the opportunity to enjoy all the new friendships that we will have made that day. As an added bonus, in addition to the coaches, the Power Talk Friday Tour sponsors are going to join us for dinner as well. This is a rare opportunity to talk with industry professionals to see how they might have a different look at your business, to see how they might have a different look at your business and ask their ideas on how you might grow your business. In addition to Sarah Daniele, who will have been with us all day for the event, Grace McNamara and John Dupre will join us as well. Grace is the publisher of Window Fashion Vision magazine and the force behind the International Window Covering Expo. She has more than 30 years of business entrepreneurship and experience, and she did this while raising 4 daughters. And I challenge you, if you think the only thing that you can learn from Grace is what is covered between the pages of a trade publication or is about staging a massively successful trade show, please think again. Think about the conversation that you could have with Grace about managing home and family and business and growing and pivoting. These are the conversations that Grace is skillful at. All right. Now, we also have John Dupre of Revelwoods. This man has taken an industry and turned it on its head. He is challenging the status quo and revolutionizing the way wood flooring manufacturers do business with interior designers. And again, I challenge you to consider what it would be like not only to talk with John about how Revelwoods can help you be both more profitable and to serve your clients better as a designer, but think about if you could ask him about maybe an out-of-the-box idea you might be sitting on yourself. These are accomplished people, every single one of them, from the Power Talk Friday speakers to the Power Talk Friday Tour sponsors. And being in a room with successful people who have been where you are and have their merit badges to show for it is invaluable. Now, I know you have the passion. I know you have the talent. I know you have a vision of how you want your business to be. And I want you to know that all of us want to help you make it happen. Okay. Now, to get to know your Las Vegas team of experts a little better and maybe possibly to be truly convinced of their brilliance and value, give a listen or a re-listen, as the case may be, to their episodes on the show. In episode number 78, my husband Vinny talked about business in general on the show and also in the importance of knowing your company mission. But if you've listened to the show for any period of time, you know that his real superpower is understanding numbers, specifically profit and loss numbers. Vin is going to walk you through how to begin by establishing your baseline numbers, then how to set your sales goals, how to track them, and how to use them to forecast spending and planning for boom and bust periods in your business, right? So that you stay in business, right? So Vin's topic is know your numbers. And he has a favorite saying that I'm just going to share with you right here for a moment.
If you're bringing in $1 million a year, but you're spending $1 million in one, where are we going?
So that's the Vin man. Okay. Now next we have Sarah Daniele. Sarah was on episode 91, and Sarah's going to be talking about know your systems. Now, what you'll learn if you re-listen to this episode, if you haven't already heard it, and that you might not know, is that Sarah created McDonough Studio because she was a working interior designer, and it drove her crazy not to have everything she needed for her renovation projects and design projects easily organized at hand and set up so that she could track each client that was in her process. And what happened was she had notebooks filled of different things, and she knew there had to be a better way. And so the thing is that Sarah's presentation is not going to be a McDonough commercial, okay? If you use another platform or you're not inclined to use any software platform at all, it doesn't matter, because Sarah is going to lay out the aspects of the design projects that must be tracked in whichever way you choose to track them. And she's going to give you the steps and the processes to do that. Okay. With or without McDonough Studio. That's your option. This is not about shoving this down your throat. This is about Sarah sharing her expertise. And I'll give you a little clip from her episode where she talked about how she came up with and what she was experiencing. Here's Sarah Daniele.
So I took this system and I teamed up with my husband actually at the time and said, I need you to help me build a website and take the work that I have put into these binders and to this process into a system.
All righty. Now, next coach up is Nancy Ganskaufer. Nancy has been on the show number 15, number 159, number 256. Nancy is going to teach us in this, because she could teach us, 36 topics, okay? But we're going to, in this stop on the Power Talk Friday tour, she's going to teach the critical importance of having, as Nancy calls it, a ladder of services. And she's also going to help you decide what yours should be. So usually, as a matter of fact, we had Nancy at a Lunch and Learn at WindowWorks a couple of weeks back. And of course, that's available on the WindowWorks Facebook page to watch again. Normally, in a presentation of this, Nancy teaches you why it's important to have a ladder of services and how you discuss your ladder of services with your client. But you see, when you get into a small group like this, Nancy is going to help you figure out what your ladder of services should be and could be. Okay. So for example, it really depends on your expertise level and your years of experience. And also it depends on the type of interior design firm that you are designing, what your particular ladder of services might be. So for one designer, a ladder of services might include a package of paint consultations, a room consultation, and a 1-week redo room without any execution and all of the items coming from retail. Okay. And for another, a ladder of services might be a $450 2-hour consult, a full design plan, and a full execution plan. So you see, it doesn't matter if you are a baby designer or you're a seasoned luxury designer. It is absolutely critical for closing sales to clearly know what your services are and how and what you charge for them, that you understand it when you're in the consultation, when you're in the telephone call, whatever it is, so that you can easily determine where your potential client will fit. And by the way, if they won't fit into your ladder of services, it makes it very easy to say, no, thank you. And also to move them from one service to another as the conversation directs. Okay. But there's a skill set to this, and that's the whole point of it. And so Nancy is going to help you get very clear on this, and Nancy's going to help you know yourself. Okay. Now, here's something from Nancy, a tip from her. I just love Nancy.
Everyone's process is different, who they've become. This can be done over and over again as you evolve as an interior designer. And it's never wrong as long as you're doing it from your heart.
All righty. And next we have my friend, Mark McDonough. Mark was on the show, episode number 110. Mark started his Instagram for the Tastefully Inspired blog, and in under 5 months grew it to over 30,000 followers. Okay. Now, understand, you can go back and listen to episode 110 and you should, and learn about Mark and meet him and understand him. But the rules of engagement for social media, Facebook, Instagram, these change like the minute. So what was appropriate a year and a half ago for Instagram may or may not be appropriate now. But the great thing for us is that Mark stays on top of all of that. Mark is constantly tweaking and experimenting and fine-tuning how to attack your marketing. And so what he's going to do is he's going to help you. What I will tell you this, Mark's superpower is really helping you to see what's authentic to you. He sees it, he hears it, and then he puts it back to you. Okay. He's awesome at suggesting what he thinks will work for you. And I know this firsthand because Mark calls me about once every other week and tells me, he says, "Hey Lou, so check this out. I was thinking you should XYZ," or "Hey, check this out. This is what I was thinking. This would work for you." So this has been invaluable for me. And I know that Mark can help you. And especially in this environment, this all day small group setting where you're going to have a chance to really have a conversation with him and help him get in the middle of your business and help you know your social media strategy. So here's a little clip from Mark's episode so you get a flavor for what he's about.
Any client I work with or any person I talk to about it, I always tell them, think of it as a workout. Now, you're going to say to yourself, "Oh, hey, I'm going to put up maybe 3 photos today, and then tomorrow 5, and then the next day 10, and then for a month I'm going to go completely not even do anything." See, that's not going to work.
All right. And then you will have me. Okay. I'm going to do pretty much what I always do. I'm going to break it all down. I'm going to summarize it. I'm going to give you ideas. I'm going to give you ways to think about the information you received. I'm going to make specific suggestions so that it becomes real and doable for you. And all of this is designed to inspire you to decide to do, to inspire you to move the information from a notebook to a done. Okay. And in the process, my joy in life, my joy in this whole thing is to remind you why you went into business in the first place and to get you jazzed up about doing exactly what you do. I want to help you know your why. Okay. Now, in the beginning of this, I said that there were 2 things that I came up with as an answer to this feeling of overwhelm and this feeling of feeling defeated, because maybe you hear all the ideas and then you don't take action. And really, I know why that is. It's not because you don't care. It's not because you're not interested. It's because sometimes you just really don't know where or when to start or what to start on. So the Power Talk Friday tour is this incarnation, this living, breathing reality born out of an idea that has always been part of my original plan for a well-designed business podcast, all the way back to October 2015, 5 months before I launched the show. If you are a longtime loyal listener, you know that I have discussed often here and there through the podcast that I had to put together a business plan for my husband, Vin, and our partner, Bill, before I could get the green light to start the podcast, right? You've heard me say that. Part of that business proposal I included to them was that I envisioned 4 distinct books that would support and enhance this endeavor, this podcast. So as you know, my first book was released this past February 2018. If you're not aware of it, it's called The Making of a Well-Designed Business. And if you're not aware of it, let me tell you, it is called The Making of a Well-Designed Business. This book is 10 chapters that walk you through the nuts and bolts of opening a business. Now, I'm going to tell you right out, it is old school, it is no BS, and it is literally based on the experience and the consequent success that we have enjoyed at WindowWorks this last 30 years. Okay. So this is the roadmap to opening. Okay. This book, if you haven't heard of it, if you're interested in it, you can go to LuAnnNigara.com/book. Okay. Now, the second book was intended to be and will be called The Things I Learned from a Well-Designed Business, the Power Talk Friday Experts. You see, I knew I would be gathering literally tons of mind-blowing ideas from Power Talk Friday experts, and that at some point it would be overwhelming, that for you to truly be able to take action on all of the ideas, the systems, the lessons, that it would need to be collated. And the reason I know this is because I have said it to you often. I am also an avid podcast listener, and I experience the same thing with the podcast that I listen to. I think to myself, what episode of Amy Porterfield's Explained Facebook ad conversion? What episode explained how to start a membership group? It is impossible. I mean, to keep it straight. I know that. I experience in that. And I have often thought to myself, I want it in one easy place, accessible, so that when I want it, I can just go to it, not search it in and out and trying to figure it out. So part of my idea back in October 2015 is that I knew I wanted to be able to create this as part of this experience for you. Well, and at least I would say that I hoped I would be this far into my process that it would be necessary. And thankfully, with you showing up every single week and listening, I am at this part. And so it is time for me to help you get this information. Okay. So now let's fast forward from October 2015 to this past winter. The first book is in the can. And what do? Well, I start working on my second book. But here's what happens. I'm struggling to get it started. This goes on for days. Now, I'm not struggling with what are the lessons or which lessons are the most useful. That was easy. I mean, my goodness, just think about the roster of people who have shared their genius with us. Kay Whitaker, Krista Cooper, Nancy Ganskaufer, Madeline McRae, Fred Burns, Amy Fleury, Michelle Williams, Nicole Heimer. Oh my goodness. The list just goes on and on. So no, content was not my problem. My problem was, and this is what I went through, follow me on this. How do I say, for example, Stacey Brown Randall said XYZ about creating an awesome client experience, but how do I say it and be certain that I wasn't misspeaking her true message? Okay, so it's one thing for me after a show to put my own spin on it. In fact, one of the things that you often tell me through email and through the reviews on iTunes particularly is where I learned that you like this, that you like that I do this, okay? That you like that I take it and I spin it and I break it down, right? But that's very different than me putting down in written word and saying, Stacey said this. I mean, if you're going to do that, you better be dead on accurate with the intention of that speaker, right? So there I am. I'm staring at this blank page and I'm looking at the blinking cursor that I want to like smash. Okay? And I'm mulling this and my head is swimming with all the content and my head is really swimming with how do I approach this so it's fair and so it's accurate. And then my eyes rested on a book that is on my bookshelf, which I had been part of many years ago. That book is called Big Bold Business Advice from New Jersey Women Business Owners. Okay. This book is a compilation of dozens of business women from New Jersey, each of us with our own chapter, each with our own lesson that we wanted to express in this book. Okay, I'll put a link to it in the show notes if you're interested in it. There are so many fabulous women in this sharing their advice. It really was a nice book to be a part of. But so here I am. I'm looking at this, like I'm having this problem. I'm mulling this, and I look at this book and instant clarity. Instead of me writing what these experts have taught us about their expertise and earned through their many years of their particular experience and superpower, I decided to invite them to write their own chapter, to be part of this book with me. And that, my friend, is in the works right now as we speak. Very soon, in the beginning of 2019, you are going to have the go-to business book for the industry. These are going to be the hardcore lessons and strategies straight from the Power Talk Friday experts, all in one place. So when you are sitting down and you're working in your business and you've decided, I'm going to take an hour or two and schedule it to work on my business, and you think, okay, I want to work on filling my pipeline. LuAnn had a show on that. I think it was Krista Cooper, but Krista's been on the show 4 or 5 times. I wonder which episode. Oh, no. See, you don't have to do that. All you're going to have to do is turn around to your bookshelf, and you're going to be able to pull out this book, and you're going to be able to read Krista Cooper's chapter on pipeline and scaling, and you are going to be able to start right then and there. No delay, with complete clarity on what to do to fill your pipeline and scale your business, okay? And how about if you're redoing your website and maybe you're working on your own? You're not hiring a consultant to do it. And you need to know what your brand is, and you need to discover how to attract your ideal client to your brand and how to convey it to them. Well, how about you just open the book by Nicole Heimer of Curio Electro, and you learn exactly how to do that step by step. I mean, honestly, how awesome is this book going to be? I am so seriously jazzed up about it. It's insane. It's crazy pants. I'm totally over the moon. I'm so excited that so many Power Talk Friday experts are going to join me and be part of this. Okay. So what grew from this book, okay, from this process in this last 3 months of doing this, 5 months of doing this, now grows the idea of the Power Talk Friday tour. Okay, so I'm having all these conversations back and forth with the Power Talk Friday experts, and I'm getting re-jazzed every time about their brilliance and their zone of genius. And I'm like, we got to put you in front of everybody. We got to give people a chance to ask you a question. We have to give people the opportunity to work with you one-on-one. I want everyone who wants to work hard and make a difference in their business have the chance to experience the brilliance firsthand and have conversations with each of my Power Talk Friday experts. Okay, so this is what we're doing. All right. The beauty of the Power Talk Friday tour is that every event will be as different as the guest experts on that particular docket. Okay. So each time, if you wanted to attend every single one, if you have the time, energy, ability to do that, you can come, and every single time you will come away with new information, new ideas, new ways to grow your business. Every event in every city is going to be different in its focus and its objective by virtue of having different experts. We will cover marketing. We will cover systems. We will cover branding. We will cover niching. We will cover sales, net profits. The list is long. I guarantee if you come ready to do the work, every single one of these will have an impact on your business. So if you want to be in on this and you want to join with us, go to LuAnnNigara.com/Las-Vegas. And remember, we want the chance to spend meaningful time with you. So this opportunity is open to a very limited number of highly motivated individuals. If you're one of them, go to LuAnnNigara.com/Las-Vegas. Be prepared to share, be prepared to learn, be prepared to work, and please be prepared to be coached, okay? Be prepared and decide to be excellent. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for joining me again today. This podcast is a production of WindowWorks, your resource for custom window treatments and awnings. To learn how we can help you on your next interior design project, go to www.windowworks-nj.com. And if you're interested in working with me on your business, either through masterminds or one-on-one coaching, or you want to know how to get my book, The Making of a Well-Designed Business, or you just want to know what's going on in the podcast land and where I'm going to be, all of that is found at LuAnnNigara.com. Thank you so much. Have an excellent day.